Greetings everyone. My name is Preeti Agarwal and I'm a student of Coalfield College of Education. Today we are going to discuss adjectives. Before getting into adjectives, we must know what is an adjective. An adjective is a part of speech. So, what is part of speech? So, the first category is adjective of quality. Now, when we say adjective of quality, it signifies what kind of subject are we talking about. When we say, for example, can I ask you a simple question? Here we can see that we are describing question. We are asking what kind of question and the answer that we get is simple. So simple is adjective of quality here. Likewise, when we say there were many complicated sums in the paper. What kind of sums? Complicated sums. So here again, complicated is adjective of quality. It's telling us the quality of a noun. Next one, adjective of quantity. Here, the question we ask is how much? How much of the noun? So, when we say in many countries, young men have to serve in the army for at least 2 years. Here, we can see that many countries, but it is unspecified. We do not know about how many countries are we talking about. It's just saying many countries. So here it's adjective of quantity and not number. There's a slight difference between adjective of quantity and adjective of number. In quantity, it is generally uncountable noun, or you can say it is the noun is unspecified. Let's look the next statement. All nations must join the endeavor to save the environment. Here again, we are mentioning all nations, but we do not know about exactly which nation are we talking about. So here, all is again an adjective of quantity. Third, we see adjective of number. Here, we ask the question, how many? It is very specified in number. For example, I have a few books. How many books? A few books. We can count those books, right? So, this is adjective of number. When we say every man stood at attention as they hoisted the national flag, again we can see that the men are present at the present situation. So, we can count them. Hence, every man here is adjective of number. Now, coming to demonstrative adjectives. Whenever we point out to something by this, that, these and those are demonstrative adjectives. When I say that man is a singer, we are specifically mentioning about that man. And so that here is describing man, which is a noun, and hence it is demonstrative adjectives. Similar way, are these mangoes fresh? So again, we are asking about specific mangoes, pointing out to those mangoes. Hence, here these is demonstrative adjective. Now, let's look at the fifth classification. Possessive adjectives. Here the question asks whose. Whose, in the sense that whose thing. It shows possession. For example, have you been driving their car? So, we are telling about the possession of that car, that it is their car and not mine. So here we see that whenever we are attaching the word whose with the noun, we get an answer about the possession. Let's look at another example. These are my pictures. Again, whose pictures are these? These are my picture, or these pictures are mine. In any case, that will be possessive adjectives. Now moving to the sixth classification, that is interrogative adjectives. So whenever we ask a question, we use a WH word, which methods are used to make branch. Here we have mentioned which in front of a noun, hence we are asking a question here. So again, this turns to be a interrogative adjectives. Now we will be looking at attributive and predicative adjectives. So I have already mentioned that we use adjectives in two ways, either after a noun or before a noun. When we are using after a noun, the adjective will often occur after linking verb. So when we say the day was perfect, here perfect comes after the linking verb was, hence it is predicative adjective. But when we say we had a perfect day, so perfect is being used before a noun day, hence it is attributive adjective. Now let's look at degree of comparison in adjectives. Degree shows the intensity of the adjective, and in adjectives we have 3 degree of comparison. First, positive degree of comparison, second, comparative degree of comparison, and the last, superlative degree of comparison. Positive degree is also known as absolute degree, and it is the base form of an adjective. For example, Priya is a smart girl. We see that here smart is an adjective. When we look at the second sentence in comparative degree, Rakesh is smarter than Priya. Here we see that we are comparing between two people, Rakesh and Priya, and we are saying Rakesh is smarter than Priya. Here the thing to note is that in the comparative degree we use than. The third one is superlative degree of comparison. Superlative degree means the highest intensity of the adjective done. For example, Payal is the smartest of the three. Here we know that Payal stands tall among all the three. She is the most smart girl of the class, or of the three who are present there. So this is superlative degree of comparison. Now here I have listed some positive, comparative and superlative degree based on regular adjectives. Now this slide is very important because we know that in regular adjective we often use ER form and EST form. But here in the irregular adjective we have to remember, or we need to get this better. Now the most important part, irregular adjectives. These adjectives are important because we need to memorize them. They doesn't follow the common path like we have seen in the previous slide. Here we need to know that good is the positive adjective and the comparative is better and the superlative is the best. In the superlative degree, we always need to remember that the adjective is followed by the word the. Like for example, of irregular adjectives are I feel better today. Here we are comparing yesterday with today, hence we have used the word better. In the next sentence, we see Mark is the best footballer in the university. Here, the best is an adjective in the superlative form and it's denoting the footballer. Thank you.